For 2022 plus Toyota Tundra owners looking for additional in-bed storage, this UnderCover Swingcase is the perfect solution. Access your gear by simply pulling a release lever and without reaching over or climbing into your truck bed. The UnderCover Swingcase is the most innovative and versatile truck storage box ever made, and is built to last, lightweight, and weather resistant. The Swingcase is a premium yet affordable storage solution which is custom fitted for the 3rd Gen Toyota Tundra. Now this UnderCover Swingcase is coming in at $244.99, and as always the best time to purchase your aftermarket parts and accessories is now, as prices are consistently going up in our industry. As always, we are going to talk about what we like about the product and what we don't, starting with what we like. We'll first go over the operation and pretty much the convenience of this. Once your swing case is in place and secured to your bedside, driving down the road, this thing is not going to come loose, which is really nice. Once you're ready to access your gear, you simply have to pull this lever right here, and this bad boy just swings out. As you guys can see, it'll come all the way out, so that way you don't have to be jumping in the back of your bed, to access your gear and your cargo or, tools, whatever you may need to get access to. Next up, let's talk about some of the features on the outside. Up top, we do have 2 cup holders along with a little tool tray or food tray. Super convenient. And then we do have a little locking mechanism right here. So you are able to lock this if you don't have a bed covered for additional storage. If you do, you can leave this guy unlocked if you choose to. Next up, let's open her up. As you guys can see, we have a nice seal up here, making this a watertight lid. Next up on the storage compartments up front, we do have this removable tray, and underneath that we do have another little compartment or tray for your small things. And then in here we do have a deep storage compartment, which makes this an extremely versatile storage box. Another huge benefit, this case will hold up to 75 pounds, and it is compatible with any bed cover on the market. Once you are done accessing your gear, simply stow this guy away in the little unused space on your bed back here. And again, when you are ready to access your gear, simply pull this little lever and this guy comes out for us. Now in the scenario that you want to take this guy with you, let's say you're in a campground or you're tailgating or whatnot, no tools required. We're going to use the key to pull the pivot lock out, like so. And the case simply comes out. What's really nice is that it will stay up flat, so it can also be used, as a little table while you're out and about. And then when you're ready to reinstall it, just simply put it back into your little pins, like so. Lock her in, and you are ready to go. While the swing case is awesome, just like anything else in life, it's not perfect. So we're gonna go over some of the things that we don't like about it, or some of the features that we wish it had. Number one, I wish that it did have a drain plug in the bottom, just so that we could throw some ice in here for short stints, whether we're going fishing and whatnot, just to throw your fish in here, all that jazz, or just some drinks. However, it's pretty easy to just drill into it and add a drain plug in here. And the second thing I'll call out, with the swing case installed, you will lose full access to your little cable tie down, even though you could potentially go through here to access it, but that's just one thing to keep in mind. Now for the installation, give yourself about 45 minutes to an hour per case. And I would recommend that you watch the full install video before getting started. We did have some slight hiccups with our measuring templates, so you guys can learn from our mistakes on that front. Also, for additional storage, you can always run 2 of these cases on each side. For us, we're going to go through and install this driver's side one. So let's go ahead and get into the install. Before getting started, by referencing the installation guide, ensure all hardware and components are included. We will start by removing the taillight. To do so, remove the 2 10mm bolts securing the taillight to the truck bed. Then we will pull the taillight straight back. If this is your first time pulling the light off, this might be a bit stubborn, but it will pop off with a bit of force. Then go ahead and disconnect the wiring harness and put the light to the side. Next, we will prepare the paper template for the bracket installation. This can be found as the last page on the installation instructions. Cut the template out on the dotted line and cut out your drilling markers. Place the template onto the bed surface and align as shown in the install instructions. We'll go through and mark where we need to drill. One important call out, our paper template was slightly off and didn't match up with the bracket for the distance of the top and bottom mounting points. What I recommend doing in this case is marking the bottom holes, pulling the template off and using the bracket as a reference for the top holes, or marking the correct top holes on the actual paper template by using the bracket as a reference. I will show my workaround as I already drilled the holes in the next few steps. Up next, I'll go through and drill small pilot holes, followed by 4 17/64 of an inch holes in each circle location. The drill should not drill any deeper than 1 inch, And then I'll go through and add some paint to prevent any rust in the future. Up next, using the striker bracket as a template, mark the inside of the bed where we need to drill. The striker bracket should sit on top and in between these two tires. Use the install instructions as a reference if you need to. Then we will go through and drill the 4 17/64 of an inch holes in the composite bed side. Next up, we will install the bolt plates. Start by removing the protective film from the adhesive and ensure that the area where the adhesive must stick is clear of dirt and debris. And always be careful as burrs and edges can be sharp. Then we will install the bolt plates from the inside of the bed wall. We should be able to access the back mounting bracket holes by reaching in behind the taillight axis. And to access the striker plate holes, reach inside the bed wall from underneath the truck. Then we'll go through and install the striker plate using the provided hardware and tighten everything down. Up next, we will move to the back of the truck to install the swing case bracket. As mentioned earlier, our holes don't match up perfectly and are off by a few millimeters. To solve for this, I'm using a step drill bit to enlarge the diameter of the bolt plate holes, and this shouldn't affect the structural integrity of the mounts. Next up, we'll go through and install the bracket, and using the provided hardware, we'll tighten everything down. Next, we will install the swing case by aligning the openings of the case bracket to the pins of the truck bracket and simply dropping it down. Finally, we will install the pivot block, and using the provided key, lock it into place. And that's it for the installation of the swing case. As always, for more 3rd Gen Tundra content, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And until next time, I hope you guys stay healthy and safe. See ya.